Hello friends, welcome to Ikra Technology. Let's learn about collections in Python. So Python collection module provides a variety of specialized data structure that are not present in our built-in types like list, tuple, dictionary and set, which are the common built-in which are present in our common built-in type. So these specific data types are used in some very specific situations where you need additional functionality or more efficient handling of data. So let's see some of the most commonly used ones. So first we have name tuple. As we all know what a tuple is. Tuple is an immutable object, but what name tuple is? Name tuple is a lightweight version of tuple which has the name for the tuple, which means you can name the fields in it. So it is useful for the situation where you want to give the meaningful names to the tuple element. Uh, the features of name tuple, as it is a tuple, so immutability will always be there. Once assigned a value, you cannot change it. Second is named field, you can name it. Now let's see how to create a name tuple and use it. So in order to create a name tuple, you must use the import statement from collections import name tuple. Then after importing the name tuple, in name tuple function, first you have to provide the name of the tuple which you want to give. So I want to give the name as point, and second the list which you want to create into a tuple. So I want to create a point of like tuple of two values called as point x and y. So I have given it access like x and y. Now I want to create the instance of this point. What I will do is I'll just take any variable name. Here I have taken p and I'll give point, and now whatever the first value I will give automatically assigned to the x, and second value will automatically assign to the y. So it is, here we have created the pointer coordinate as 1 or 2. Then if we try to print it, it will output something like this. Now suppose I want to access the x part, so I'll write p dot x, so I'll get this value, and if I write p dot y, I'll get this value. Now what is different between this tuple and name tuple and a normal tuple is that whenever we try to access a value in normal tuple, we have to access it using index, but here we are accessing it using the name. As you can see, I'm using x is a name of this coordinate, and I'm using y is a name of this coordinate. So this is the benefit of name tuple. Now let's move towards our next data type, or you can say data structure of collection, which is default dict. So default dict is a type of dictionary, or you can say advanced version of dictionary, which checks for the key, and if the key is not present, it provides it a default value. So let's see the scenario why we are using default dict. Let's say you want to count how many times each fruit appear in a list of words, and store the fruit as a key and count as a value in the traditional dictionary. What we want to do is we want to create a dictionary like this, where we store the count. First we store the word and how many time it appears in dictionary. So if apple is 1 2 3 times, so apple is 3 times, banana 1 2, banana is 2 time, and orange is 1 time. So this is what we want to do. Now without first we will see how to do it without default dict. What we will do is we will create a dictionary called as word count, and for word in fruits we are checking each object of fruits. What I am doing is, if word in word count, so we have a dictionary, empty dictionary, I'm checking if the word is present in word count, which means here in word the first value is getting assigned as apple. I'm checking if apple is present in word count. So for now the word count is empty, there is no apple in it. What I will do is I will add apple in it, word count of word which means apple, and then I will add the count 1. So if the word is not present, add the word and add count 1, or if the word is present, just simply increment the count. Okay, this is what we are doing here. Now we can simplify this process using a default dict. So what is happening here is, you can notice here we are creating a default dict word count for word in fruits. Word count plus is equals to 1. So it is not checking if the word is present in dictionary. So what we are manually handling here, what we are doing here manually, it is automatically doing it. It is automatically checking if the apple is, it is checking if the apple is present in default dictionary. If it is not, then add apple and increment its count. If apple is present, then simply increment its count. So this is what's happening. Now let's see another uh, you can say collection, another element of collection. So we have counter. What does word counter clicks in your mind? That it counts the value. So suppose I'm creating a counter. What I can do with a counter is, I can use counter with any iterable, be it list, tuple, or strings. So here what I'm doing is, I'm giving a string in a counter, and this is the way of defining a counter. And uh, when I print the counter which I have created, I'll get the count of each, you can say, variable, each character in the form of dictionary. If it is a list, it will give me the count of each element in the list. So let me show you one more example of counter for better understanding. We will use this same list here, and let's go. Here I have created a let me just replace this, okay, with our simple inverted comma, and this with, again. So here I have created a list called as fruits, and now I want to get the count of how many time each element is appearing. So first let's import the counter. How to import the counter? From collections, from collections, uh, import counter. Okay, here I have imported the counter. Now I will create a counter as in a count variable. So counter, what I want to pass in this, I want to pass fruit. Okay, so what is fruits? Fruit is our list. I want to count how many time each element is appearing. That's it. This is all you have to do, and I will print the count. So counter will automatically do the counting and give you a dictionary. It is that simple. So let me run it and show you. See, it is telling me apple is 3 times in the list, banana is 2 times, and orange is one time. So we saw an example with the string, and we saw an example with the list too. So let's quickly revise what we learned. Collection are specialized data structure that are beyond the basic built-in types which we have. We use this in a specific situation where we need some additional functionality. First collection we learned today is name tuple. Name tuple is basically a tuple which has names. It has the property of tuple, as well as you can access the value by name rather than index. Then second, we have default dict. What default dict does is, if a value is not present in a dictionary, it by default adds the value, and if the value is present, then it increments. So this is what we done in this program. Then we have counter. What counter does is, counter counts the number of time an element occurs in an iterable. So if there is a string, it counts the number of times a character occurs. So yeah, that's all about today's video. Thank you.